The local Gambel's quail bring their chicks to our bird feeder from May through July. These are one of my wife's favorite yard birds. I have to admit, those chicks are awfully cute. Gambel's quail are classic desert birds. If you want to get better at identifying them and tell them apart from California quail, you're in the right place. Gambel's quail live year-round in the deserts of the southwestern United States and northern Mexico. Their range stretches from southeast California to west Texas. Look for Gambel's quail in desert habitats with plenty of dense shrubs, mesquite, and cacti, such as saguaro and prickly pear. These birds are year-round residents. They don't migrate. They stick to their desert home all year. Gambel's quail have a distinctive 3- or 4-syllable call that sounds like Chicago or Quaquergao. It's loud and carries across the desert. Their calls include a sharp metallic pit 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 and a variety of soft conversational notes. Take a look at the male's head. The most striking feature is that bold, comma-shaped topknot curving forward. Males show a bright rufous crown, a crisp black face and throat, and a white border around the face. Males have a creamy buff belly with a bold black patch right in the center. Their sides are chestnut with white streaks, and the back and chest are blue-gray. Females are more subtle. They're mostly gray with a plainer face. They lack the black belly patch. Instead, look for the buffy belly. Their topknot is slimmer and not as dramatic as the male's, but it still curves forward. Gambel's quail love company. You'll often spot them moving in tight family groups or larger flocks called coveys. These groups can include a dozen or more birds, especially outside the breeding season. When it's time to eat, they walk along the ground, bobbing their heads and picking at seeds, leaves, fruit, and insects. Sometimes they'll venture into low shrubs or cacti, but most of the foraging happens right on the ground. There's usually a lookout perched on a rock or branch, keeping watch for danger. If a threat appears, the scout gives a sharp alarm call to warn the group. If startled, Gambel's quail explode into the air with a burst of whirring wings. But most of the time, they'd rather run than fly. Let's compare Gambel's quail with another similar species, California quail. The main difference? Gambel's quail males have a black belly patch surrounded by cream, black forehead, and a reddish crown. California quail have a scaled, pale gray belly, a white forehead, and brown crown. Hybrids between Gambel's and California quail are rare because their ranges don't often overlap. One exception is in Borrego Springs, California, where you might spot a hybrid with a mix of features. For example, a hybrid may show a black belly patch with scaling above, or a white forehead with a dull brown crown, as in this image. Offer cracked corn or a seed block on a raised platform if you want to attract Gambel's quail to your yard. This keeps the food away from javelinas and other critters. Gambel's quail often visit water sources first thing in the morning, especially during hot, dry spells. Place a shallow dish or drip near the ground, and you'll have a good chance of making your yard a regular stop for a covey. Did you know males use that fancy topknot to signal dominance? The bigger the topknot, the higher the status among other quail. To recap, Gambel's quail are plump, gray desert birds with a bold black belly patch, a reddish crown, and that unmistakable topknot. Have you seen a Gambel's quail in your yard or out in the desert? What's your favorite quail encounter? Let me know in the comments. Here's a direct link to a video of Gambel's quail in our yard set to music. No narration, just the birds doing their thing. Thank you for watching.